I would like to wish you a happy new year 2024. I hope so. 2023 year was good for you, and 2024 will be even better than this year, what still is here 2023. However, if not, somehow 2023 for you was very tough, or something went not like you really wanted to do, I believe and I hope so for you and for myself as 2024 will be better. So happy new year for everybody, for all of viewers of The Monkeys, from me and from Winnie, what unfortunately she cannot be here today with me. But for everybody who just found this video accidentally or watching my YouTube channel since past few days or weeks, you may be not familiar with my channel and what 2023 bring for me and for my wife Winnie. So I will do today a little bit of the recap of 2023, because actually for us a lot of things happens, good and maybe less fortunate as well. But well, I will talk about the 2023 of the Monkeys channel and a little bit of our life today. So enjoy and happy new year for everybody who already quit watching this video today, but I believe some of you will watch till the end. So basically the whole journey of 2023 started few days in 2022. Actually in 19th of December 2022 we left Bali after living there for a few years, and for Winnie of course all her life. We decided we're gonna go to Singapore, then we went to Malaysia, and actually before just quickly a few days before New Year we arrived to Malaysia. So we celebrate last year exactly at this time when I'm filming right now. It's around 10 o'clock in the morning, as you can see. Beautiful weather, chilly cold weather in Poland. I'm in Citadela Park, by the way, but at this time we were preparing for celebrate New Year's Eve here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Last year exactly, kinda at this time. Then we stayed there for about 3 weeks, nearly 1 month, and then we decided to go to Thailand. So in Malaysia, no, things didn't work out like we were thinking at the beginning, as maybe perhaps we could stay longer in Malaysia. I used to stay also a month or 2 months, nearly 2 months in 2022, but eventually we decided to go to Thailand. And then when the whole journey and the pros and cons of 2023 really started. End of January 2023 we arrived to Bangkok in Thailand, and we decided we're gonna stay there for the longer while, at least for a year, and then let's see how's the situation and things gonna work out. Winnie signed up for the Thai language course, which she was actually very excited. We already paid up front. This is the beginning how we lose quite a lot of money actually at the same time, because unfortunately or fortunately, because sometimes nothing happened in the life for no reason, we had to come back to Bali in mid of March. After about 2.5 months living in Thailand, we had to leave everything. Winnie didn't even started her course yet, because her course was intended date to start beginning of April, if I'm not mistaken. So it was still about 3 weeks to start. We had to come back because Winnie's mom unfortunately had a situation in her house. She had an accident and we had to come back. So the first quarter of the year passed very interesting way. A lot of travel, 3 different countries. Well, Singapore was still in 2022 actually, but 2 different countries. Was pretty cool, pretty enjoyable. We really enjoyed. We are happy, as many of you actually noticed that. But we had to come back to Bali, and then was actually pretty stable and pretty boring time of the year, because I stay in Bali for, well, doing nothing actually, like traveling or anything that much, for 5 months, half year. Then I start traveling again. But in the meantime, actually, I was in Australia visiting my mate Mick Everett. What you hope so, bro, you're still watching my videos. Little shout out to you, brother. And I visit Australia. And in the meantime, actually, when I was in Australia and then I come back to Bali, when I was filming over and over the same things, what also some of you said, but at the same time actually those videos got pretty much views because many of you are interested about the Bali videos. We were thinking to move to Australia in the mid of 2023, but well, we didn't move eventually. Actually, to be honest, when I'm thinking right now about that one, we were really thinking about the moving to Australia in mid-2023. It was that advanced as I was already thinking really how to do it, and Winnie already signed up herself for training for the IELTS test, which is like a special English test what you need to pass on the high level if you want to move to the countries like Australia, especially as to move to Australia you have to study at the beginning, except you are really high qualified professionals like an engineer, pilot, I don't know, whatever, stuff like this. Unfortunately, both of us, we are not. Winnie is the teacher, and Australia needs the teachers because not many people in Australia wants to be a teacher. However, due to the Australian government is like that one, as they don't gonna hire anybody, even you have a 10 years or 11. Actually, Winnie have a 12 years of experience of teaching, and she is a master's degree of the education, and her English is pretty alright. It's actually pretty good because her IELTS test was qualifying for the passing it. She will do it definitely without any problems. No, you cannot. You have to study for another 3-4 years, do the another masters, because she cannot do bachelor's if she already have a master's, so she has to do the masters. And she cannot work full-time while doing the masters for 4 years. And even if she will do the pass the exams and finish the study of the master's degree in Australia, nobody warrant her and me the same, as she could stay in Australia permanently and get a PR, which is permanent residency status, and continue her life in Australia. So that was pretty complicated, but we said, okay, we might risk it. But then another problem, her study will cost around $40,000-$50,000 Australian. On the top of it, she cannot work, so she cannot make money for survive. Me, I could work, but I also have to do the course, like at least 1 or 2 years study for the qualification, because in Australia, of course, you have to make Australian papers if you want to work, another 25 grand. So we already end up with $75,000 just for the education in Australia. And on the top of it, of course, you need some money to survive at the beginning and rent the apartment, and probably you will need to have a car, even some shitty one, but doesn't matter, even you don't have a car. You will not really make it for us if you don't have at least around $100,000 Australian, which we obviously don't have it. And eventually all the dreams of the American dream or Australian dream went into failure. We didn't go, and we forgot about the topic. Right now, even the top of it, even the official government said, as we probably not gonna extend visas and making PR for the students international students who study in Australia, if they are really not qualified for the engineer or very rare topics or educations or whatever. So if you are just a teacher, I don't know, you wanna be any construction worker and you are not engineer or very high position, we not guarantee you as you're gonna stay, because they're gonna reduce only for 250,000 people, immigrants in Australia. End of the topic. Australia, well, we are not in Australia, and most likely we're not gonna end up in Australia, unfortunately or fortunately, because right now I'm in Poland, in my home country. Of course the situation is changing because I'm from Poland, Polish, obviously, and Winnie is Indonesian, so we are not native English speakers. We are not born in the country where the English is the major language, because if you are coming from Ireland, UK, US, Canada, South Africa, Singapore and something else, you could easily work and live in Australia. So we are not equal, guys, definitely not. Then, as we not going to Australia, I decided I'm gonna travel a little bit again, trying to boost my YouTube views. I go to Singapore again, stay a few days, visit my friends in Singapore. Shout out to you guys. Then Malaysia, visiting my another good friends in Malaysia, as always, actually. And then I come back, and then I decide, okay, it's time for me to change a little bit of the topic and go somewhere out of Southeast Asia after so many years. In the meantime, of course, I used to travel a little bit in Indonesia. I went a few times to Jakarta, to the capital city of Indonesia. We've been in Yogyakarta, I've been in Surabaya, drove the train there and everything. Also with my friends, actually, but realizes Indonesia and Indonesian market will not work out for my YouTube videos, and in general for me this is not what we really want to do. Anyways, you guys also were really barely interested to see Indonesia on the videos. Of course, there were some people who really enjoyed, of course, but in general really not that much. So that was only in the meantime. And then I go to Poland. After 7.5 years, I decide I'm gonna go to Poland. And in the meantime, if I'm already in Europe, and I had invitation from my very good friends from Canada as well, I went to Canada. So after 7.5 years, I finally landed in Poland. Of course, I was going through Qatar, make all the travel videos. In case if you would like to see how it went off, you can of course find this. At this time, I was doing videos every single day. Actually, I made in general in my history of 3.5 years of the making videos on YouTube every single day without nearly any breaks. Without breaks actually, except I was very sick or something. It's over 1.3 thousand videos on my YouTube channel, what you can always have a look, mostly from Southeast Asia. Back to the topic. After 7.5 years, I landed in Poland, had a great time, do some research, spend time with my family, explore a little bit of Poland from north to south, visit my friend Sławek also in Poznań. Shout out to you, buddy, as well. And then I went to Canada. I was thinking, why not? Never been in North America. I went to Canada. I had my friend Louis, shout out to you, buddy, as well, invited me already many years back. But Canada didn't work out for me as well, and probably for Winnie as well, for the future home, due to many various reasons, but also about the visa and stuff that's everywhere in those countries is very similar actually. But in general, Canada didn't really work out for me. US, I was in US only one day, half day actually. Maybe US will be good, maybe not. Many people said better don't go to US as well. I come back to Europe, to Poland. Spent over nearly 2 weeks in Poland and back to Bali to my wife, and we spent time together, of course, and we discussed a lot of things. I think I go to Jakarta again in the meantime. I don't remember if I used to travel somewhere in the meantime or not. Actually had a little bit of many flights in the 2023, so I already forgot, especially if I'm just walking in the park here and talking about that. We were having a list where I've been and what I was doing. We discussed quite a lot of things. Actually, we discussed plans to going to Poland, to be honest with you, since beginning of the pandemic, 2020. No, the first plans was in the beginning of 2021. But for many various reasons, we didn't go eventually to Poland during the pandemic. However, maybe actually we should, but we decided to do everything to grow YouTube channel, as that's actually during the pandemic was going pretty good. Unfortunately, after the pandemic, things were going into opposite direction, but at the beginning actually were going really well. But there's one Polish song actually of the very legendary singer Anna Jantor, who suddenly died in the plane crash catastrophe many years ago. Nic nie może przecież wiecznie trwać, right? So nothing can stay forever, and the same was with the views and interest of Bali in the YouTube. And interest of Bali in general, because from many various sources I know as the Bali for some reason is increasing the popularity, but at the same time is decreasing for many people, especially for the people who used to watch my YouTube videos, for people who old type of the visitors, people who really know Bali from different way, when people who are just newbie who coming today and they will never ever come back, because most of people who coming to Bali, visit Bali, international visitors right now, they just come once and they will 99% never come back, or not in the next 10-20 years. That's also, I know a lot of people like that, but that's not the story. The story is that as we decide, okay, it's time to do something different. We cannot go to Australia because we don't have 300k to spend it, and in case if we lose it is okay. So we cannot do this. We cannot really go to Canada and US. Living in other Southeast Asian countries most likely will not work out as well for many various reasons, like in Thailand or in Malaysia or in Singapore, especially as we really wanted to live in Singapore actually. But well, those things also not gonna work because we are both foreigners, and in Asia, if you're a foreigner, things will not work out, except you're already kind of rich and you just want to stay there because you are tired of, like, American people especially have a tendency like this. They have a lot of money, they tired with their stuff, with the shit actually in America, and just leave it everything. We go to live in Southeast Asia, and even if they often, we have many viewers and also some friends who after 2-3 years they move back to America anyway. They cannot handle the life in Southeast Asia for a longer while. After so many conversation, pros and cons, we decide it's time to back to Europe, back to one of the home country. Either we're gonna live in Indonesia or either we're gonna live in Poland. I used to live almost 8 years in Indonesia. It's time for us to live in Poland then. And then here we go, 30th of November, I landed in Poland. For good. This time, for good. Somebody already probably realized that and had a conversation privately with me. Winnie will join me very, very soon. She still has to do few things to do. I opened my own business. I'm still working on it. There's a few things to do, so of course there is the Christmas, New Year, so everything is a little bit slower, of course, like everywhere around the world, holiday seasons, but everything should be fine, and it's just the beginning of another new chapter, and that was the recap of 2023. Quite a lot of things happened actually. Somebody would say maybe nothing interesting, but in the other hand, really a lot of things happened, and really a lot of very important decisions were made, because that's not like a decisions only like something like we're going for holidays to Bali or Phuket, or we are buying the car red or white or something like that. That's a very serious life decisions after so many years especially. But this is it, and this is where I am and where we gonna be in 2024 in Poland and in Europe in general. So another upcoming cool things, what's gonna happen in 2024 is that I'm waiting for finalizing my company and starting doing my new business in Poland after so many years. Another thing is waiting for Winnie to come to join me in Poland, and how she gonna add up to the European vibe and European system from Southeast Asia. And also setting up her to live here and everything. That's gonna be very, very interesting. Also, I'm gonna try to travel across Europe. Most likely, I'm not gonna come back to Southeast Asia in this year. However, as you know, you cannot be sure anything. It's because something may happen and I will have to fly tomorrow. But if I'm have to planning something, I'm not planning to go to Southeast Asia in next year. But Europe definitely, I would like to visit some countries. If God gonna help me at least one country in 1 month, so I could visit 12 countries. Let's see if I gonna make it or not. And also that's only shortly plans for 2024, but what is even more important is that as in 2023 I learned a very important thing, and this important thing is who is your real friend. So who is your real friend? Sometimes you need to time to learn, and in Poland we used to say you meet and you know your real friends when you are poor. So when you have everything, you travel a lot, people's thinking you have a lot of money, then you have a lot of friends. But when you have a problem, or you don't have money, or you need a favor from your friend, then you really learn who is your friend, because your friends are quickly disappearing. And I learned quite a lot about the friendship in 2023. So when I ask some of my friends, who I of course thought they are my friends, the reaction was various. Of course, those friends who really helped me, I do really appreciate, and I'm not gonna mention your name because I'm not sure if you really wish to, and I believe you already know about who I'm talking about. So I really appreciate you guys. Another kind of friends are those people who just simply said, Damian, I'm sorry, I cannot help you because my situation is like this. No problem, fine, totally fine. We are still friends, and there's totally no problem. I really appreciate honest people. If you cannot, it's fine. If somebody asks me for help, I can help, I will. Whoa, that was the fireworks, firecrackers. Either way, if I could help, I will help you. If cannot, I will just say I cannot. But unfortunately, a lot of your friends who are saying as yeah, you're really good friends, they becoming as they actually you're not friends. They are not even enemies. They are just simply slowly disappearing. But what is the worst thing about this one is they start talking to you. Just simply you ask for the favor, and suddenly those people, they don't answer you anything, and you don't hear for the person till now. When you are talking with somebody very, 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 very often, and you are thinking he's your very good friend, they just simply disappear and step away, step back. Those kind of friends, better don't have it like this one. But unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. So this is what you learn in 2023. But I believe everybody have stories and situations like this one. And also, of course, there are kind of people who you already helped them with many things and many times and many occasions. And only once you need help, because sometimes we need help, of course, they also ignoring you totally. Unfortunately, that's the life. But either way, I would like to, I don't know why, but starting hearing the fireworks and firecrackers, but this is New Year's Eve, still New Year's Eve day before New Year. But it's starting slowly. I would like to wish you happy New Year 2024. I hope so all your dreams and all your goals will happen, come true. Always have to stay positive and optimistic, no matter how life is hard and what's the circumstances. For me and Winnie, I hope so 2024 gonna be better than 2023, because 2023, actually, if I'm thinking right now about this one, was really tough year. But 2024, hopefully, will be good. Either way, one more last time, Happy New Year, guys. Thanks so much for supporting me, everybody. Actually, I would like to say thanks to you guys who still, no matter of what and no matter where I am, even I'm in Poland right now. I know most of people already tuned back to me and to my views, of course, because, like I said, many people are watching only because of the place, not about the person. But everybody who watching me because of me, my personality, and Winnie, and you are still with me, you're watching this video till the end, you are my real viewer and supporter of the Monkeys channel. I would like to say thank you so much for your endless support, and I will see you in next year, 2024. See ya.